And so my legend begins.
Welcome back to the daily life of the Earth Spirit. This has to be the worst 10 minutes of my life. I'm paired with my friend, Earthshaker, and we'll be contesting with Dro and Undying. Dro is also one of your worst nightmare because of her frost arrows paired with the strength steel of Undying, which makes us utterly useless in the lane. The lane has been a free game since the game started, as we had no chance on contesting them. So for 10 minutes, we need to play very passive and always play safe. I'll be starting off with a Quelling, Tango, a Circlet, and a Gauntlet into a Bracer and put a point on Boulder Smash for securing creeps. First off, before the runes spawn, Undying and Earthshaker had the same idea of putting an observer on the cliff. Even though we were first, we were spotted and it was obvious that Earthshaker placed a ward there. I decided to take their observer, and as we climb up the hill, Undying placed a tombstone on top. I didn't expect that he put a point on Tombstone, and knowing that I placed a point on my Boulder Smash already, I didn't have means of escaping, so I had no choice but to take out the observer and die easily. The first wave was clashed, so we check how the lane would be, and there it is. The Dro was very aggressive, more aggressive than your girlfriend with PMS. So I let this happen for a whole 10 minutes. Dro's net worth was as suspected, gained more and more throughout the laning phase. Later then, my friend decided to roam at around 7 minutes and let me solo the agony. I played very discreet and just used Boulder Smash while I can to secure some creeps and leech up some experience whenever possible. Along with the 10 minutes of agony, Sniper, our mid, was the only lane who was at least on the good side. I and our Monkey Kings was pretty much lost the lane before we escaped to the mid game, because early game was plainly hide and seek. Let me tell you about the items I chose for my lane. I decided to go for an urn without Vanguard, which was actually a bad item choice for the lane, but I still went for it and go straight to Vessel. This is a bonus clip where Dro was so owning she decided to do a back multi-shot. At 12 minutes, we decided to defend mid as most of the enemies were gathering there. Here, I saw Tiny appeared after the fog. I immediately kicked him towards my team and rolled in before he reacts, which killed him afterwards. We back for a brief moment because we know we can't take the team fight yet. I used the Urn Charge Disruptor at the last moment, hoping I could save his life at the last tick. After the kill on Tiny, they had a second round of sieging mid. I hid behind the trees, but apparently it was warded. I then used a rolling boulder and yet another kick to my teammates, which led to his death. We then continued the fight while catching enemies. I rolled to Undying and line up my Boulder Smash to draw Ranger for maximum efficiency. And as lucky as the fight gets, I lived with less than 30 HP. I get back to base and TP to mid once again. I saw Tiny and my friend Shaker told me to kick Tiny towards him. As I rolled in, noticed that I went away a bit and repositioned because I didn't want to ground click Tiny because the creep was beside him. I might kick the range creeps instead. After repositioning a bit, I had the choice of ground clicking Tiny towards Shaker or click Tiny and kick him based on my position. In the end of the choice, I kicked Tiny towards him, but enemy backup showed up and even though I rolled away, I still died from the venom. Another clash in mid, but this time it's our turn. Sniper was already engaging with Zeus, and as Zeus tries to escape, I rolled in and kick him back. As enemy backup arrives, they were outnumbered and had to die one by one. Eventually, Viper TP'd alone. He made himself visible by using another toxin from the fog. I quickly rolled in. I didn't use a Stone Remnant after I rolled, which made me miss the roll on Viper, but either way we still managed to kill him. Everyone wants to contest mid, so it's our time to defend. I wanted to roll to Viper but I missed, which luckily led me to Tiny, which delayed my decision to kick him inward because I didn't know he was there. But everything goes for a reason. We sweep up the other enemies and continue the clash. And as we saw Zeus trying to run away, of course, the Earth Spirit is on its way. He managed to escape using jump, but I'm Earth Spirit. I'll follow you to the end of the world.
He may be a god, but no one can outrun you, not even your brothers.
Dro was spotted. She TP'd from the outpost and managed to kill Disruptor. As she tried to back up Zeus, it was a bad decision as she had no chance of living. For that, she ended up dying. As Earthshaker tries to farm up in mid, he was caught off guard by Tiny Wet Blink and killed him. But backup arrives. I decided to jump on the two of them. Use Magnetize, and as Viper approaches, I quickly used Silence onto him. I knew Tiny was about to die, that's why I rolled in, but it wasn't for him, it was for Viper. As the clash continues, I don't focus on killing low health heroes, so I roll into Dro, and before she can pike out, I kick her deeper in my team, which killed Disruptor, but it was worth it. I TP'd bottom to defend Tower, but clash progresses on top, so I decided to roll my way to them, but I saw Zeus and decided to target him instead. I got pissed on how every roll he cancels me. So as I was deciding whether to continue to the clash, which I believe I wasn't needed, I then chased Zeus. I used Silence, slowed, slapped, rolled, I even used my Magnetize, then add some spice by tipping him with a touch of a hero voice. I saw Dro somewhere in our jungle, so we hunted her. Little did we know she had her whole team in our jungle. After she piked out, I decided to jump onto Undying and do some decent amount of damage. As I was very busy dealing damage to him, I decided to roll to Dro instead, but I wasn't aware that she had BKB, which was not a good thing for me to engage, and I should have just stick to Undying, which led me to my death. We saw Dro again, engaged by Sniper, so I rolled. I missed my roll and Boulder Smash, but of course we're not done chasing. I was able to do another roll to hit Dro. While she was being glimpsed back, I then continued the fight to Tiny until we kill him. Viper, on the other hand, was able to get away because he had BKB. But we're not going to give up. He was glimpsed back, and as Viper was stunned, I rolled in and kicked him back low ground and led him to his death. Undying was the only one alive, and Monkey King was thinking the same thing. He went onto the trees and he jumped to Undying, and I followed up with a kickback, which led to a team wipe. I think by this time, Zeus was already out of the equation. I think he gave up. So Dro respawned and was the only one to defend. She then used her iconic ulti shot, which was easily targetable. She was stunned, got rolled, and died easily. I was farming up my Heaven's Halberd, and then I crossed paths with Dro Ranger. We engaged, and as I was rolling to her, she used her BKB. I then used my Magnetize, since it pierces BKB, for those who didn't know, and on my way on getting my talisman to complete my halberd. I was delayed by her gust. Luckily, Earthshaker was there, and I was able to buy it, as she then got this hour for a long period of time, and we were able to kill her at my last few life. But I think that was the game. I had a really hard time at the early stage of the game, but mid-game was where we started fighting back. I think that's all for the daily life of the Earth Spirit. Please do like the video and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook and TikTok for more short clips. Please be sure to comment for improvements or something that you might want to say, or maybe some insights on what I should do to my contents. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.